Why not try to...
So my wife has been teaching grade school for over 20 years now, and it's always cute to walk into her classroom and see the kids continually raising their hands just so they can tell stories about the day before. It's cute when they're in 4th or 5th grade. Typically my wife just listens to the stories, but when too many of them start telling stories, she'll have to say, okay kids, no more stories until I'm done teaching this lesson. Again, it's cute when they're in the 4th or 5th grade, but when they're in their 80s and the President of the United States, it's freaking weird and annoying. So you guys all saw the video of Donald Trump at the UN speech yesterday. He and Melania were walking toward the escalator and it stopped. Everyone has been throwing out their conspiracies and stories about what might have happened, and Donald Trump decided to make a tweet about it. And you know, this tweet is everything you would expect from Donald Trump. A bunch of lies, over-exaggerations, and threats. So listen to this. He said, "A real disgrace took place at the United Nations yesterday. Not one, not two, but 3 very sinister events. First, the escalator going up to the main speaking floor came to a screeching halt. It stopped on a dime." It's amazing that Melania and I didn't fall forward onto the sharp edges of these steel steps face first. It was only that we were each holding the handrail tightly, or it would have been a disaster. This was absolute sabotage, as noted by a day's earlier post in the London Times that said UN workers joked about turning off an escalator. The people that did it should be arrested. Then, as I stood before a television crowd of millions of people all over the world and important leaders in the hall, my teleprompter didn't work. It went stone cold dark. I immediately thought to myself, wow, first the escalator event and now a bad teleprompter? What kind of place is this? I then proceeded to make a speech without a teleprompter, which kicked in about 15 minutes later. Here's the best part. This is vintage Donald Trump right here. The good news is the speech has gotten fantastic reviews. From who? I haven't heard anyone reviewing that speech. No one's reviewed the speech. This dude's just making this shit up. The speech has gotten fantastic reviews. Maybe they appreciated the fact that very few people could have done what I did. Of course. No one would have been able to keep on speaking without that teleprompter. So Donald Trump is a genius, and his speech has gotten great reviews because they're like, wow, here's this man who's speaking without a teleprompter. That is amazing. Goodness. And third, after making the speech, I was told that the sound was completely off in the auditorium where the speech was made, that world leaders, unless they used the interpreter's earpieces, couldn't hear a thing. The first person I saw at the conclusion of the speech was Melania, who was sitting right up front. I said, "How did I do?" And she said, "I couldn't hear a word you said." This wasn't a coincidence. This was triple sabotage at the UN. Triple sabotage at the UN. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I'm sending a copy of this letter to the Secretary General. Wait, he's calling this a letter? This horribly written letter, this text, this tweet? He's calling this a letter, and he's sending it to the Secretary General. And I demand an immediate investigation. Freaking escalator gate. No wonder the United Nations hasn't been able to do the job that they were put in existence to do. All security tapes at the escalator should be saved, especially the emergency stop button. The Secret Service is involved. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh my God. Some people were saying it was probably one of his photographers who hit the emergency stop button. Possibly. Who knows? But here's the funny thing. Donald Trump always talks about how we were the laughing stock of the world. Joe Biden couldn't go anywhere. We were being laughed at all the time. Here he is admitting that they're pulling pranks on him. You're saying, like, all of the speculation about us being laughed at when Joe Biden was president, you're confirming that they're actually laughing at you, that they're pulling pranks on you because you're that much of a joke to them. And you have to write a letter and thank you for your attention to this matter, and the Secret Service is involved. I'm telling the Inspector General. I told Kash Patel. I'm telling Pam Bondi. You can't treat me like this. I'm the President of the United States of America. This guy is a joke. Imagine all these years running around saying how much we're the laughing stock. Joe Biden has made us the laughing stock of the world. And now you go to a meeting and you think they pulled a triple sabotage on you. Like, who's the laughing stock, bro? Who are they laughing at? It's you. It's you, and they're treating you the same way we've been treating you. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.